Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, not here with Geeky Sparkles. We're going to talk about YouTube, the algorithm change, and social engineering. It sounds like YouTube might be doing some social engineering, at least on the short side. If you start consuming too much negative political content, they try to steer you in another direction. They try to show you happy, non-political content, even if that's what you're looking for. Right now, this could be, again, to maybe steer kids who consume a lot of shorts, by the way, kids away from potentially negative content. It could be to appease advertisers. It could be because people at YouTube feel that they don't want their users consuming political content because they don't want to get accused of, enabling the quote unquote alt-right Yahtzees or whatever. I don't know. And again, this is come from Deserto. They picked it up from, Fast Company, and Fast Company got it from a study that a couple of people did. And again, I can't verify whether or not this is true, but I know a lot of people have been wondering what is up with the YouTube algorithm. We've been talking about it for months that things are changing on YouTube very, very quickly. And a lot of people who think they have this figured out, who coincidentally enough don't have a lot of subscribers themselves, are going on with what they think is actually going on YouTube. Personally, I think it has a lot to do with AI and corporate meddling. I think corporations want their stuff to be pushed in front of as many people as possible. They might have cut a sweetheart deal with YouTube. That is just speculation on my part, based on what I've seen, and we've been doing this for about 10 years now. But there definitely is a push, I believe, for more corporate-produced, Hollywood-produced material. But let's talk about this, because this is the first I've heard of this, and this is kind of shocking if it's true, but also not. Again, YouTube has been embroiled in a lot of controversy lately. They might not want to be accused of being another TikTok. TikTok, you watch one video, and the next thing you know, they're just filling up your For You page with similar videos, and then you start going down rabbit holes. And there's been a lot of talk of YouTube enabling extreme viewpoints and all that jazz. I don't know. Let's look at this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, go out to news.clownfishtv.com for more podcasts. And we try to be objective news. I don't know if we're too negative or not. Some people think we're the worst thing ever. Like if you criticize Disney at all, you're the worst thing ever. You're practically Hitler, But this could be the case with shorts. For long form content, I'm sorry, a lot of talking heads are getting a lot of views and a lot of that content I would consider political or negative. So I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not really sure if this is true or not. We're just going to take a look at this. This comes from Deserto. YouTube shows users happy videos if they start watching political content, says this study. So this new study claims YouTube's algorithm is subtly guiding users away from political content and toward entertaining, joyful videos, especially in shorts. Researchers from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock and the Center for Information Technology Innovation analyzed over 685,000 videos to study how YouTube Shorts recommendations shift based on watch time and content sensitivity. They said when you start watching a political topic or a specific political topic or topics, YouTube is trying to push you away to more entertainment videos, more funny videos, especially in YouTube Shorts, said Mert Can Kakmak. What? Mert Can Kakmak. I don't know if that's an Adventure Time character or not. One of the study's authors, YouTube is pushing users toward funny videos if they watch politics. So published via Cornell University's REZZED server, XIV server, the study focused on politically sensitive topics like the South China Sea conflict and Taiwan's 2024 presidential election using AI. They categorized video titles and transcripts by relevance, emotional tone, and topic. The results showed a clear trend. Our results reveal a consistent drift away from politically sensitive content toward entertainment-focused videos. 3 watch time scenarios were tested: 3-second, 15-second, and full video completion across 50 successive recommendation hops, regardless of starting point or duration. Political content gave way to entertainment. It could also be, I'm just going to put this out there. It could also be that people are tired of politics, or tired of being bombarded with politics. So they might take a break from it and be like, you know what? I was watching whatever blah, blah about Trump, and I'd rather just watch a funny cat video like we used to. I think a lot of people want to go back to the way things used to be, and YouTube used to be funny cat videos and memes and that sort of thing. As per Fast Company, the algorithm also favored videos with positive or neutral emotional tone. High-performing shorts with more likes and views were disproportionately promoted, further amplifying popularity bias. That is true, but not, I don't think as true as, again, some people who think they have YouTube figured out but have very few subscribers themselves would like to think. I'm hearing all kinds of crazy stuff, like everybody has to comment on a video. Everybody has to, I'm seeing these people show up in my comments. Like, if I don't leave a comment, it doesn't count for the algorithm. I'm like, no, that's not how it works even now. I mean, YouTube does look at engagement. They look at how engaged people are. I think for a long time, negative content got a lot of engagement, so it got promoted. They might be dialing that back because, again, they don't want to be accused by the advertisers, the most important people on YouTube, the advertisers. They don't want to be accused by the advertisers of pushing hate or misinformation or any of that jazz, even if it's not. He believes the shift isn't intentional censorship, but a design focused on maximizing engagement and profit. This is important. It's not intentional censorship. I've said this before. A lot of people are looking at their channel metrics and they're like, oh my God, my views are collapsing. I personally think it's actually very simple. I think YouTube is prioritizing content that will make them the most money. And that, again, means staying away from, just by its very nature, staying away from dicey content or content that has been demonetized or could be demonetized. Content that has broad appeal. I mean, let's be honest, there's only so much appeal in, negative content. You're going to get a lot further with a funny cat video. You're going to go viral versus, bitching about Captain Marvel or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people just aren't into that. Even if they don't like the movies, they're not into it. So you kind of niche yourself, I think, in that regard too. But they're saying it's not political necessarily. It's just that they're trying to push content that has broad appeal. And as soon as you make something political on one side of the aisle or another, it absolutely is going to limit your audience, limit your demographic. So they're going to go for the happier stuff. I think that they're using AI. And I've talked about this before. I think they're using AI to try to guess what you're most likely going to click on based on your watch history or your demographics or your geographic location or age or whatever. I think that's definitely happening. So I think they're trying to engineer in that way. Right. And again, the videos they're showing you, a lot of them, they're showing you videos, sometimes old videos, but they were videos that had a high click-through rate. So I think they're doing that. And shorts, I'm going to be honest, shorts should be its own platform. I think shorts has destroyed the YouTube ecosystem for most people. I think what is going to happen, again, this is my personal opinion. What is going to happen is plebs like us are going to be using shorts. You don't get a whole lot of money on shorts, even if you get a lot of views. I literally know of people that get like 100 million views a month on shorts, and they make like a couple $1,000s for that. It's not very much. They actually would make more time or make more money for their time sink working a full-time job somewhere else than they're making off of shorts. And YouTube has to pay out significantly higher on the long form videos. And I'm waiting for them to change that. That is eventually going to change. Because they're giving us too good of a deal and they don't really need us anymore, is my opinion. But yeah, so this is what it's about. It's all about increased engagement. Again, this just backs up everything we said. It's all about increased engagement and more money for YouTube, not more money for you, the creator, but more money for YouTube. And shorts makes them a shit ton of money. They make a lot of money on shorts, and they don't share as much money on shorts with the creators as they do on the long form videos. So they're going to push the shorts because they can keep more in their pocket. It's a report published in July found that YouTube was making billions of dollars by showing ads on pirated versions of hit shows such as Squid Game. The findings highlight how platform design shapes what users see and what they don't see, even when they're searching for news and politics. See also social engineering and political nudges. So this is something that's as old as time. I mean, we talked about PBS and NPR, and they basically were a way of doing some social engineering. Originally, it was supposed to be about keeping the public informed, but really all government media is some form of social engineering, right? And YouTube is participating in social engineering. Now, it could be social engineering mostly to maximize their profit, but they're still nudging you in a certain direction because they want you consuming certain kinds of content, and they're rewarding that kind of content, and they're penalizing other content. So here's the original article. It was Fast Company. It said researchers are saying that YouTube's algorithm downplays political topics in favor of viral entertainment to keep users watching. They said they scrape between 2,100 and 2,800 initial videos. They tracked how YouTube presented 685,000 shorts videos. They ran it through AI though. It said maybe some people were aware of this, but I'm sure the majority of people are not aware of what the algorithm is doing. They're just going and watching. Neither YouTube or its parent company, Google, responded to Fast Company's request for comment on the study's findings. Of course not. They're not going to tell you how the algorithm works. They're not. I'll tell you the truth. Even people that work at Google, people that work at YouTube don't know how the algorithm works. Not everybody does. And that's why I kind of laugh when you get, again, people that think they know what they're talking about, getting it all wrong, because it's like, look, there's no way in hell you know more than the people at YouTube or Google. And even their partner managers, which partner managers at YouTube, they'll give you one when you get to a certain level. They don't even know. They don't even know how the algorithm works. They're basically given their marching orders and they tell the creators to do XYZ thing. Usually it involves pushing whatever the new product is. If Shorts is the new product, that's what they're going to have you push. If it's advertising links or whatever, which they do that too, the store links, shopping links, they're going to have you do that. And that's basically what they have you do. They don't know the secrets of how the algorithm works, because if they did, everybody would be on equal footing. Everybody would be Mr. Beast. And, they're not going to let that happen again. I'm telling you right now, they are not going to let Mr. Beast happen again. They're not going to give an individual that much power. And I do think it's about corporations ultimately. But it's so weird because, some of these people, they accuse other people of stealing their homework when, I'll tell you the truth, they actually stole ours on occasion, several times, actually, come to think of it. But whatever. Anyway, there we go. Clownfish was right again. But we'll see. Again, I don't know the extent of it. But if you think that there's no social engineering going on YouTube, that they're not trying to push you in a particular direction, you are sorely mistaken. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.